Hello, you want to build a cheap, strong, flexible, and manageable chicken coop that your hands and your wallet will love. I will show you step by step how we build ours from scratch without breaking the bank. So stay tuned and I take you through how we build our chicken coop. Hello everyone, my name is Isaac and welcome to Agribusiness YouTube channel once again. I'm so delighted to have you today, and for those who are watching for the first time, please don't forget to hit the like button and then also make your comments on what you're viewing, and if you love, please recommend someone, and also please always return to support this channel by watching our videos, giving us comments and then recommendations on how we can improve. So straight to the point. So initially when we sat down, I know some of you must have watched my first video on this channel where I was featuring and showing you our plan and how we had a vision to build a demonstration farm. So at home, we asked our father for a small piece of land, and I decided that yes, I want to build a small demonstration poultry farm where young people can come together, share ideas, do some learning, and also we use this very farm to empower the community and of course produce food in form of eggs and chicken to supplement on the nutritional status of the community that we live in. So what you see here is basically our piece of land, and yeah, it was still vacant. What you see green there is those are the groundnuts that were planted by my mom. So the whole process begins with, of course, putting things down on paper. When you write down all the necessary requirements that are needed, the poles, as you can see, we had procured some poles from one of our immediate neighbors across. So getting the poles was a very difficult task because one, it was super expensive. We had to incur some costs to the transportation, but this shouldn't really scare one away from getting their ambitions or visions come to reality, or getting what is on paper, your proposal to reality. They say, oh, there is nothing impossible under the sun, and with God everything is very possible. So please, for young people who are viewing here, if you have swampland, please, you can see how this guy had very many trees, and he was preserving some of them for poles that he would use to sell to companies that will need maybe to put those communication cables up or electricity. So we procured some poles from him, and indeed the boys did the good work. So back to the farm, work was going on, and I can assure you we did this in just 1 week. We were able to achieve a chicken coop. We took the measurements and then we made the poles, the holes that we needed to put the poles. The house was measuring 8 by 20 feet that could accommodate the 6,000 birds, and that is when we are looking at a stocking density of 6 birds per square kilometer. So you can see the gentleman really did good work, though we had, of course, at the end of everything, you realize the coop was slightly less than what we had measured initially. So the engineers were smart, but I don't know what happened exactly. So the whole process began with digging 2 feet deep holes and then erecting the poles to make a foundation and make them stand so deep. So here we had to use grease, and also you can see the DPC that is being used to wrap the pole. So we first apply the grease, as you can see them applying, and then we apply the DPC this gentleman is holding to cover the pole a bit. Then again we apply another layer of grease. The reason why we were doing this is because Of course, we had run out of options, and we know our place is infested with termites. So we decided to find all the possible ways that we can make these eucalyptus poles to last longer and serve the purpose. If this coop can go for 15 years, then we would have definitely gotten back value for money, and it would have paid us, and we would have got back. That was the goal. There was nothing much. So please, if in your area you do the same, or if you have a better way that you can protect the wood from being eaten, a cheaper way of treating this wood, and maybe you know any chemical that can destroy the termites, please put in a comment section, because we would really appreciate getting to know about your ideas, because in the future we believe we are most likely to expand, and we would love to apply the same techniques, or from what we get from you, we would really appreciate to apply something new. So guys, those who are watching from different countries, or you're from Uganda and there is a certain chemical you know, or a certain way that you know, I know there's another process that we can use, putting cement around these poles, but of course this would turn out to become expensive for us, because how many bags of cement are you going to use for all these poles? Yet we want something that is cost effective. We don't want to damage our pockets, but also we want our chicken to be smiling right inside there. But at the end of it all, we want something that is also lasting, so that we can get back. So you can see our gentlemen are really so busy. They are putting up the poles. The building was taking shape, something that, of course, initially we didn't see anything coming up. People were like, we really receive value for money with this gentlemen, with these engineers. Initially, someone had advised us to pick some specialist, engineers from Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, so that we could be able to come up with these standardized modern structures. But when I looked at their cost, we preferred to use the local labor. And also sometimes when you are doing something, it's good to call the local boys to participate in it. It creates ownership of whatever you are doing within the community. So you can see the boys really did good work, and here we had applied our fence. But yes, look at our building. It is facing actually from the east to the north, okay? I mean east to western direction, and the reason for that is to make sure that we don't have light coming from different angles to go through the structure. So the chicken coop is taking shape, and I would really love to keep chicken inside this house just like this, with all these fresh open sides. But of course, one wind can enter in and easily carry up the roof, or there is also a possibility of rain entering and affecting our chicken inside there. That's why this gentleman had to continue the work to make it more beautiful, more handsome looking, and of course at the end make it as comfortable as possible. So we also did fencing. Fencing was done within one day. Cutting of these metals, putting up the chain link, and at the end of it all, we had that fence done in just one day. Everything was done, and indeed the work was really perfect, as you can see in the video how that fence looked. It was so perfect, and the guys who worked on the fence, it was so tight, we didn't have any challenges with it. So let's look at a snapshot of some of the qualities of a good chicken coop. One, it should be secure enough. The doors must be strong enough to avoid any strong predators or thieves from getting into it. Then two, it should have enough space. Look at that roof. The roof is raised up. So when this roof is raised up, it takes away the heat from overheating the birds on the ground, because sometimes the layers and the broilers tend to generate a lot of heat during the early stages. So we had to raise that roof up, and the lowest part of it is 7 feet to the ground. And then we had to make sure that it is open from both sides. why you see us covering the extreme ends of this building. We wanted a place where we can do brooding of our day-old chicks also. And you can see the compound is really secure. We fenced the entire place, and also you can see we have enough space for expansion for the future. And we had even started our project for drilling the water. As you can see, the well is being drilled right behind there. Okay, so let me take you so close to see what the boys did at the well. And let's see if they have finally got water, or the water is still. But of course, our place is a little bit rocky, and though other areas really have the water table is so close, but with here the machines are always making noise deep down there. I think the guys have got some rock. Maybe I'm still waiting for their advice if they are going to opt for another special place or not. So back to the qualities of our chicken coop. One, it should be well aerated. As you can see, air flows from this side to the other side, but also it should be secured enough to avoid rodents, birds, and snakes from entering inside. So you can see the sheets are doing the good work, like securing the lower part of it. But when you look at the upper part of this structure, we have put what called the chicken wire. Chicken wire is that small wire you see inside there. And then we have the wire mesh, the stronger wire outside. The chicken wire is supposed to prevent birds, okay, from getting access inside, because sometimes when there are spillages of food, feeds, and so on, we find it is easy for the birds to easily enter inside there and bring in their infections. Whatever infections that affect wild birds also affect your poultry. That's one thing that you need to know. And then the wire mesh that you see here is to protect us from the cats, the dogs, and so on. So it is so strong, and that's for our chicken coop. We also have a small gate for entry, and this is to make sure that we observe biosecurity. We don't want any birds to enter inside. You can see here an update. Our birds were inside, and they were feeding very well, very comfortable. There's no floor here. The floor is well aerated. I think we are doing well, perfectly well. That's why I told you why sunshine should not enter the tree of those. They start sunbathing, they go and collect in one place, and this can easily cause us a stampede. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video, and please for any observations that you feel we should take up and make adjustments so that we improve on our poultry coop, our farm, please, you are most welcome. That's it from me, and for now, bye bye.